gosh, I really hope you can read this. All right, thank you once again for joining me in this video. As a part of a series in which I will read a paragraph to you, embedded within the paragraph are the potential for multiple kinds of errors, syntax-related, grammar-related, spelling, and so forth. It may contain all types, or it may focus on a certain subset. Bear that in mind as I read it to you. After I've read it to you, I'll step out of frame, ask that you pause the video to make corrections independently, and resume so that we can correct them together. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Again, I really hope you can read it. Well, apologies for any issues. All right, starting at the beginning. Start by using moist sand to make a flat, even base for your castle. Next, use more of the sand to build layers. Think of how a grand layered wedding cake is stacked with each layer, getting smaller as it reaches the top. The easiest way to do this is to sprinkle handfuls of sand onto the base and then gently flatten them and mold them into a circular shape. Each layer should have a smaller circumference than the previous one. Alrighty, go ahead and pause the video here to make your corrections independently. All right, I am moving around, which means you've hit play. Here we are, ready to correct. Starting with the beginning of our sentence, always should be a capital, Start by using moist sand to make a flat, even base for your castle. Next sentence starts with a capital, we're good to go. Next, use more of the sand to build. Phonetically, it sounds as though I'm using the correct word, however, it is misspelled. It should be B-U-I-L-D. Build layers, Next, use more of the sand to build layers, period. We've concluded that thought. Starting a new clause, start with the capital. Think of how a grand layered wedding cake is stacked, with each layer getting smaller as it reaches the top, period. We've concluded that thought. Next sentence, let's start that definitive article with a capital. The easiest way to do this is to sprinkle handfuls of sand onto the base and then gently flatten them and mold them into a circular shape, period. So here you can insert a couple of commas. It's really more up to your style. There's really no hard positioning of those commas. Again, it relates to the way, or your cadence, right? The way that you communicate. But going back, the easiest way to do this is to sprinkle handfuls of sand onto the base, and then gently flatten and mold them into a circular shape. You would be fine not to include that comma. However, for my taste, I'm gonna go ahead and incorporate it. Start the new sentence with a capital. So each layer should have a smaller circumference than the previous one. And we're just making a statement, so I'm gonna conclude with a period. Alrighty, if you found this video helpful, please give it a like. If you'd like to continue to practice with me, feel free to subscribe. I would very much appreciate it. All right, thank you.